Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of X Malice along Kageyuki Shiraishi's route. We just had dinner together in the office and went over some stuff with the case, but I foolishly let Saiki interrupt us and we didn't finish our conversation. But here we are following along Shiraishi, looking up a little something he was thinking about at the end of our conversation there, so let's see what he finds out. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Yurine Uno's case summary is, here it is. I thought so. She was so fixated on Takeuchi and Uno that I looked into the case for her on a whim. Who would have thought it would wind up being useful?
You doubted my investigative abilities?
I doubt I have to do anything else. She already has the tools she needs to learn the truth behind the September and October cases on her own. My duty is done. Realizing that makes my next step seem much more logical.
That makes it seem even more like he's a member of Adonis. See, my suspicions were, amongst the guys that we're dating, if any of the guys we're dating were working for Adonis, I was thinking it would be Shiraishi or Kei. I mean, at this point, it could still be either, or both. But they just keep baiting me. Remember, I'm suspicious. I suspect everybody.
Yes. I understand them now. I'm sure you, of course, already know, right? I tried to stop him, but he insisted, saying he could not sit quietly in the wings doing nothing. He would not listen to me. You know I can't defy him. If he orders it, I will even turn against you. You are not the only possible danger to me anymore. Anything could happen. My words no longer reach him. The test measures in September were, in the end, nothing more than a temporary stopgap. I've discovered one more interesting thing. I know who the September and October executor was, and why the murderer was executed as well. Under normal circumstances, there would be no need for you to know that information. I'm happy simply having solved the problem, but if I figured it out, it's only a matter of time before the investigation catches on. I have contributed nothing to that executioner. Should they be caught, that is not my problem. Expendable pawns to the end, Oh well. Well, they aren't really truly humans after all. True. You are obsessed with one person only. I've known you for so long that it's obvious to me. What will you do now? I hadn't mentioned this to you yet, but right now I'm conducting a long-term experiment. An experiment? Yeah, it's one that not many get to do. I think this is what those 10 years were for. Wait a minute. Is that experiment what I think it is? I don't think I'll tell you. Guess for yourself. So, you accept the consequences then. You haven't forgotten my position, have you? No. I knew such a time would come eventually.
I really hope I'm using a decent voice for this person because I don't know who it is.
You what?
Well, actually I have an inkling who it is, but I'm not sure.
You once said you wished you could discard the unnecessary as I do, but I don't recommend that. Having a heart is what makes you human. You've changed. Perhaps. At first there was much I didn't understand, but looking back, it's a perfectly valid way of life. But it's too late now. I can only ever be myself after all. I hung up and, after a moment, turned my eyes to look at the scenery around me. It was where I'd watched the sunset with her. Now it was steeped in twilight. No stars were out. Soon the world around me would lose all its color. Well, that's it. It's over. Oh well, it wasn't half bad. I had fun. Not many get to experience what I did. Oh, right. I don't need this anymore, do I? I fished the phone strap I'd traded out with her out of my pocket and let it drop to the ground. I got enough data that I'm pretty sure I can predict her behavior patterns now. When she finds out it was all an act, she is going to be so surprised. No. Disappointed, perhaps?
Try crushed? And darn it, no! This means we're going to be separated again, for who knows how long.
Now to put on the finishing touches.
No! Are we going to have long separations from the guys in every route? When was enough? Good lord. It's so quiet tonight. No calls at all. Count your blessings. Of course, no calls was a good thing. I'd had the chance to finish up all my paperwork, so if there was a call, I could handle it myself. But until then, I have some time to think about what Shiraishi and I discussed. I think we managed to get pretty close to the truth behind the case. I pulled the diagram out and spread it on my desk, taking another hard look at it. At the end there, Shiraishi seemed interested in Misako Yoshitani. She was a student who had a crush on Hachisuka, but at the time, Hachisuka had feelings for Mrs. Uno. If the school got complaints from a parent, they would likely hold Mrs. Uno accountable for them. And this is still just speculation, but it's possible Tsunemori was involved in her suicide. Now both Hachisuka and Tsunemori were dead. At a glance, it looked like Tsunemori, known for his violent impulses, had simply gone off the rails. At its heart, X Day is a string of interconnected terrorist incidents perpetrated by Adonis. Adonis had a message they wanted to send to the world, and they committed these murders to do it. April and May were cases of police wrongdoing. July highlighted the evil of stalkers. It's hard to think Adonis would act on someone with no lesson to teach like Tsunemori. Somebody manipulated Tsunemori somehow, convincing him to murder Hachisuka. Then, once he was arrested as a suspect, they had him commit suicide. If we assume that killing both was Adonis' goal, then what they were after with this case is vengeance for Mrs. Uno being driven to suicide? Then I had to wonder if Yoshitani was safe, given she got her parents to complain to the school. It was possible she was considered another player in the tragedy that drove Mrs. Uno to suicide. I'll try calling her again. Or can we try to find her address and visit her? If I can find her phone number, we should have her address, right? Come on. Nope, no answer. I called her parents and friends too, but none of them had seen her lately. In fact, most of them didn't even have a contact number for her. Maybe she's the missing victim and nobody's found her body yet. It seems she didn't have a steady job either. At this rate, there isn't anyone left who could possibly know where she is or how she's doing. I had a bad feeling, and it was growing worse. She was brought in as a character witness for both Hachisuka and Tsunemori in the September case, so she was definitely alive then. The case for Tsunemori's later suicide was closed so fast that no witnesses were brought in. There wouldn't be any updates to her file. But what if Adonis' October warning video was really the death of Misako Yoshitani? Am I overthinking things? But I wanted to go to her house and check on her right away, but I was still in the middle of my shift. If I figured it out, then I'm sure Shiraishi has to have long discovered this possibility. I pulled out my cell phone and composed a quick text to him. Are you busy right now? I hit send and waited. No response came. I guess this means he's busy. No, he's being a dick. Thinking about it, Shiraishi's real job would be aiding the investigation of the recent incidents. It looked like he barely had time to eat lately. I bet he didn't have much time for sleep either. I opened my cell phone and typed another text. Please don't push yourself too hard. That'll strum on his heartstrings while he's ignoring me. I'm sure you must be busy, but please be sure to take breaks. Don't overwork yourself, okay? I was curious what he thought about my theories, but that was the text my fingers typed. Well, Shiraishi is pretty oblivious when it comes to his personal care. No longer after I hit send, my phone vibrated.
Oh, I'm not so weak I need a play nurse.
He was supposed to be ignoring me, but that text actually got him to talk back. He answered. It was a very Shiraishi response, but it also seemed a little more curt than usual. Still, just that he replied at all was enough to make me feel a lot better. At the same time, I couldn't sit still and twiddle my thumbs while I still had questions on the case. I should probably call him. I felt bad interrupting him while he was busy, but time was of the essence. Indeed. Answer me!
What do you want at this hour?
I'm sorry to bug you, but I was thinking about what you said earlier. And now I have to wonder if Misako Yoshitani isn't the real victim of October's case. I've called her multiple times, but haven't been able to reach her. If she's a possible victim, I need to hurry and determine her safety.
That's still only one of many possibilities.
Huh?
Sometimes people just can't get to their phone. Using that as your motivating impetus seems hasty.
But...
There's a reason investigations have proper steps. Follow them and call her again tomorrow morning.
We've called her 1,000,000 times already. Okay.
Anyway, I have a mountain of work to do for HQ. Goodbye.
Wait! He hung up on me, leaving me staring at my phone, unsure of how to feel. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of hot and cold with him. Well, he is busy, I guess. And he had a point, too. I should probably focus on my own job. Free school report has been added to materials. December 19th, 7 a.m. Morning came, and Mochida arrived to relieve me from my shift. I got my things and walked out. I wonder if Shiraishi is still in the crime lab. He does have enough work to pull an all-nighter. Plus, I can totally see him getting so absorbed in his work that he forgets to eat or sleep. Probably does that all the time. Maybe I should grab a snack and bring it to him, just to make sure he's eating.
What, not going home yet?
I just turned on my heel to go back inside when I ran into Mochida. Well, Shiraishi said he was staying the night, too. I thought I'd go check in on him.
Shiraishi? I saw him just a minute ago. He did look pretty out of it, truth be told.
What?
He was in street clothes, so I bet he was leaving. If you want to check on him, I'd hurry.
Right, thank you. Well, that was luck. Get out there, run, Ichika, run like the wind! I dashed outside and down the street toward Shiraishi's place when I saw a familiar person. Shiraishi! I called out to him as I caught up, but he didn't stop or even slow down. Shiraishi?
I heard you the first time. What do you want?
Mochida told me you looked out of it when you left earlier. I was worried.
Oh, that. I pulled an all-nighter, so I'm sleepy. Is that all? Can I go now?
Huh? Cold words, an annoyed look he didn't even mask. First there was the call last night, now this. He was definitely acting strange. You know, you've been acting weird lately.
Oh, I've just been myself, really.
No, you haven't. You're usually more...
Listen, just because you hung out with me for a bit, would you please stop acting like you know me?
He was smiling, but it was very different from the one I had grown used to seeing.
What you've seen of me is only a teeny part of who I am. Are you sure you haven't gotten the wrong idea? Oh, or did you possibly take that I like you thing seriously? You always did take my jokes too seriously. Man, are you really that attached already?
No words would come out. All I could do was stand there and stare at him, blinking in confusion. His gaze turned scornful.
I hung out with you just to kill some time, but I'm bored now. You don't interest me anymore.
My collar doesn't interest you anymore either. And with that, he turned and walked away, quickly fading into the distance. His sudden cold denial left me frozen in place. Did he do something wrong? Is that really what he feels? Was he joking when he said he thought he liked me? I thought we were getting closer. Did I really have the wrong idea the whole time? I felt like I'd been doused with ice water. After all this time, did I not understand him at all? Ay. Games. Chapter 4. I thought he would talk to me on a whim like he usually did. That thought crossed my mind, but... I got bored. I lost interest. Those words made me think that I had become worthless to Shiraishi. I've heard about Shiraishi from Mukai and Sakuragawa all the time, but... I thought he was cute, or not a bad person. I'm such an idiot. Shiraishi is...
I don't hate you. Though, I guess you could put it another way, too. See, I think I like you.
That was all a joke. It wasn't heartfelt at all. After finding out the truth, I realized that I was in shock. There's no time to be sentimental. I have to see if Yoshitani is all right. Huh? If it isn't little kitty. Hello? Huh? Someone seemed to be calling me out of the blue. I knew it! Kay, I haven't seen you in so long! Okazaki? What a coincidence seeing you here. Going to work? Yes. What? No, I'm not. I'm going home from work right now. If you'd like, I can walk you there. Huh? No, it's quite all right. Out of nervousness, I rejected his offer. I was on night watch and wasn't scheduled to come in, but if Okazaki walked me to the station, he'd find out I was with the police. Didn't we just leave the police station? We're going to check Yoshitani's house, aren't we? It might be too late now, but it would be incredibly easy for him to find out. Oh, right. Then, do you want to have a little chat? What? Right when I thought he was looking depressed, Okazaki's lips suddenly formed a smile, and he dragged me off by the hand. Please don't! There's no time! What, you want another nap? Huh? You can't? You have to go to work so early? No, I have to go somewhere before work. Oh, really? Can I come with? You're so nosy! Huh? Why? Why is this guy so adamant about coming along with me? But, little kitty, you always seem to be taking so many risks. Huh? This town isn't exactly safe. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Is this just his creepy way of showing goodwill? No, nobody was that carefree. In fact, I was questioning if meeting him here was actually a coincidence. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to read anything from his smile. Did I give you trouble? I just wanted to have a chat with you, kitty. I don't want anyone to hate me, so I guess I'll just take my leave here. I don't know what your business is, but take care. Yes, thank you. After saying that, Okazaki quickly left. What's with him? That all happened so fast, I'm dumbfounded. Now's not the time for that. I had to remember my original objective, so I changed up my mindset. I took out my cell phone and prepared to call Yoshitani. Here we go. Please, answer the phone. I prayed and waited for the call to connect, but she's not picking up. Maybe there was some mundane reason she wasn't able to pick up the phone, like she's dead? But my theories don't alleviate my worries. It's not too far from here, so I'll just go and visit Yoshitani at home. Oh, now that I think about it, Takeuchi lives around here. Yoshitani was her former student. I wonder if I could get some information from her. I want to bug that poor woman again. Whatever. I never had much faith in the police in the first place. I shouldn't. She was obviously rejecting me, so I didn't think I could push that any further. When I finished that train of thought, I looked up and my gaze settled on a girl sitting on a bench. Didn't she bump into me before? She's alone, and there was no one else around. Where's your brother? There was a murder that occurred at this park quite recently. I'm sorry I surprised you. Do you remember me? The girl nodded while clutching a notebook to her chest. I'm sorry about the other day. Are you here today by yourself? She nodded in response again, and I took a good look at her. She's quite slender, and if she's a minor, she shouldn't have a firearm. But it's still during the day, and there have been many X-Day incidents recently. This place was the scene of a crime, and it's a little dangerous, so you shouldn't be here alone. I'm fine. Her voice was faint, but the fact that she responded at all made me feel a bit relieved. Sorry if I'm being nosy, but you really should be with someone when you go outside. What should I do? Now she's just looking down. We've met before, but I'm really nothing more than a stranger to her. It's only natural she'd be wary of me. There are more patrols around here, so maybe I'm just being overly worried. Oh, sorry. I thought it was an emergency call, so I stepped away from her before taking out my cell phone. But the display said, Kazuki, that's rare. Hello? Hey, you went in my room, didn't you? Don't just call me and yell into my ear. I didn't go into your room. I know how much you hate when I do that. Well, then why is my pick I left on my desk gone? Pick? Oh, could it be... It was you. No, when I was washing your clothes yesterday, it was in your clothes. I left it on top of the washing machine. Hold on, I'll look. Oh, you don't believe me, huh? You think I'm lying? I heard the sound of Kazuki running, and not long after... That's the one I was looking for. Kazuki, you did that last time, too. You're welcome, bro. And apology accepted. I keep telling you to check your clothes before throwing them in the washing machine. Shut up. Don't try to act like you're my older sister. But I am your older sister. I'm entitled to act like that. Kazuki, hey! I didn't do anything wrong and I got yelled at. Jeez. Still not understanding why this happened, I put away my phone and looked up. The girl was looking at me. Were you listening to that? I'm sorry, my little brother is so feisty. Little brother? He's about your age, but he's always acting like this. We used to play together at the park, almost like this one. Me too. Huh? I used to play with she, too. She? She is the one who was with me the other time, my twin brother. Oh, I didn't get to talk to him much, but he seemed like a kind person. Oh, she looks happy. When I see the smile on her face, it makes me happy too. A sad thing happened though, and it made she change. But he's really kind. He always protects me. I envy that a little. My little brother is always saying hurtful things to me, and he doesn't respect me. My parents asked me to look after him, so that's what I'm doing now. But he doesn't listen to anything I say. That's creepy. She suddenly becomes quiet. When she slowly looks up. That's nothing. You're lucky to have family you can depend on. Huh?
Suzune.
Gee!
You were here. If you were going, you should have told me.
I'm sorry, She. Whenever you come here, you always look sad because this place reminds you of Mom and Dad.
Well, that's not... Oh, excuse me. Seems like my sister was bothering you. Oh, wait. You were from the other day.
Hello. I just happened to see her there, so we were having a little chat. I'm glad your brother's here for you. Yeah.
It's rare for you to talk to someone. Why are they giving in question marks again when they already said his name now?
We didn't talk much.
Oh.
The girl called Suzune, then hid behind her brother.
She may be saying these things, but she's really kind of shy. It's unusual for her to talk to anyone but me. You must have been really friendly. You do look kind, after all.
Not at all. I knew he was just being polite, but getting complimented did make me feel happy. While I was busy feeling embarrassed, Suzune tugged on her brother's sleeve. Let's go home.
Yeah, if you'll excuse us.
She bowed politely, and then he and his sister left. This place reminds him of their parents. I couldn't ask for the details, but their family situation must be complicated. Shiraishi mentioned something the other time about being raised by foster parents, too. What I took for granted might be something that others wish they could have. Those children and Shiraishi might have experienced all sorts of feelings and pain that I could never imagine. My job is to make sure that children like that can walk outside without having to worry. I have to take one step at a time to achieve that. This is the place. I arrived at the address on the directory for Yoshitani's apartment. If my deduction is right, there's a chance that Yoshitani has collapsed, and her body's lying beyond the door. Even when we were short-handed, I got sent to talk to the residents at a murder scene, so I'd never actually seen a corpse up close. So when I thought about what may have happened here, the blood drained from my face. Nothing certain yet. I pressed the button for the intercom. I thought I would soon hear footsteps and waited for the door to open. But there wasn't a single sound in response to the button, let alone footsteps. Let me call one more time just in case. I hit redial on my phone, and then... Is that the phone ringing inside? Even if she was just out, would she just leave her cell phone at home? I have no time to waste. I contacted Yoshitani's family first and got their permission without divulging too much information. Then I got the building manager to open the door and escort me inside. Did I have to talk to the station about all this? However, Yoshitani wasn't there. The room didn't look like someone had gone through her belongings, but there were prescription sleeping pills by her pillow. According to the building manager and residents, Yoshitani had been diagnosed with insomnia in September and had been taking sleeping pills. She was worried about how others viewed her, so she interacted with people as little as possible, only getting updates from the building manager. If she started going to the hospital after the September incident, she could have become unstable after finding out Hachisuka was murdered. The beginning of October was the last time anyone in the building saw her. Her parents had already passed away, and she was unemployed and living off the inheritance. It seemed unlikely that she'd just leave the pills here while lodging elsewhere. If only I could ask Shiraishi's opinion. I've never done an on-scene investigation, so my knowledge is going to be limited here. But I can't depend on Shiraishi. After this morning, I doubt I could get any help. I need someone else that has experience with an on-scene investigation. As a professional in the field, Sakuragawa in forensics would be great. What worried me is whether she'll agree to this personal request of mine. Of course she will, she's a good friend. What's up, Hoshino? You don't call me that often. Something wrong? Well, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Help! In order to track Yoshitani's whereabouts, I'd like to get your help. I explained what had happened up to this point, made my request while hoping for the worst. Normally this wouldn't be possible, but you're a member of the Shiraishi Bashing Coalition. Fine, I'll cooperate. Who'd have thought the club would come with such privileges? Really? Thank you. I was about to take an early lunch anyway. Text me the address. Yes. Woohoo! It is totally worth it being a member of the club. I've never been happier that I joined the Shiraishi Bashing Coalition than I was today. I texted the address and waited for Sakuragawa to arrive. Thanks for waiting.
Thanks for coming.
Sakuragawa. Clad in her forensics uniform, she began looking through Yoshitani's room. This is the room in question, yes? Yes. Can you tell me anything from it? Who do you think I am? I want to concentrate, so wait outside. Sure. Sakuragawa donned gloves and started with the main entrance door. She moved to the floor and walls. Her eyes looked completely serious. I didn't want to interfere, so I decided to look around and see if I could find any security cameras anywhere.
Should be able to, in any decent place.
There was one a bit further out, but there were none near the apartments.
Really? That's surprising.
I jotted down the camera's location and returned to the apartment to find Sakuragawa coming outside.
What you got for me?
Great timing. I just finished checking things. About this Yoshitani person, there's a good chance she was kidnapped.
Would you please tell me how you've arrived at that conclusion?
Well, first, there's evidence that the lock on the door was picked. And the knobs in the bedroom had glove marks, indicating gloved hands touched things. And you said she was prescribed sleeping pills, right?
Yes.
If the perpetrator also knew that, they would simply wait until the pills started to kick in. And I found footprints of two people in the room. They both were different sizes than the resident of this apartment. I think one set is a man's. And when I entered here, the depth of the footprints changed. So I concluded that both of them cooperated to take the victim out. I had partially mentally prepared for this, but seeing it become reality... Hoshino, snap out of it! There was no luminol reaction in the place, and there hasn't been a body found. Yes, sorry. To be honest, I doubted this would turn up anything, but now I'm going to have to tell Investigations HQ. You okay with that? Yes. I need them on my side. After Sakuragawa got in the police car and drove off, I took out my cell phone. I should tell Shiraishi what I've learned about Yoshitani. Don't bother, he doesn't care anymore. Either way, the information would get to him. But I wanted to tell him personally. I brushed off my worries about him rejecting me again and made the call. The phone rang and rang, but Shiraishi didn't pick up. Screw you, Shiraishi. What if I send a text? I wrote about having Sakuragawa investigate Yoshitani's apartment. I summarized Sakuragawa's theory that Yoshitani was kidnapped, so I wanted Shiraishi's opinion. I wrote that concise message and sent it off. Maybe he won't bother reading it because he's not interested in me anymore. If it was as Mukai said, this was how Shiraishi always reacted. What, he actually responded? Oh, he's actually calling back. Shiraishi! When I saw the name on the display, I felt immediate relief. Hello? This is Hoshino.
Yes, I know. I saw your message.
Thank you. I'm sorry to contact you while you're tired.
That's fine. You said you wanted my opinion, was it?
Yes, please.
Then, can you come to my home?
Yes, I'll be there right away. I tried to calm myself down while I hung up and started running. He called me. He'll also tell me his opinion. I wouldn't count on that. That's great. Don't get your hopes up. I realized something when I said it inadvertently. I actually felt relieved that he was cooperating with the investigation. Or was I actually more relieved that I would be able to meet and talk with Shiraishi again? Yeah, it's that. I honestly don't know. Excuse me. I was running flat out, so I was out of breath. I managed to take off my coat and tried to gather my breath. Okay, actually, we're going to stop there before I get into things because I wanted to make this video a little bit longer, but yeah, I know we're about to get into something dramatic and we're going to stop here for now. Oh, Shiraishi, why do we have to play the games before we can get together? I mean, there's a happy ending, so obviously we get together in the end in the good ending, but, you know, you can see there's a storm we have to get through first. Alright, well, hope to see you in that next video or some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.